This video explores the framework of Canadian constitutional law, focusing on the concepts of power, balance, and restraint. It illustrates how the power of the Crown is exercised and checked by institutions built upon foundational principles. We are moving the constitutional system from the King's Sandbox to the People's Sandbox. The Crown's authority has evolved to be exercised within limits and under the supervision of the people's representatives and independent institutions. The purpose of this article is to challenge the notion of absolute royal power. It highlights that the Magna Carta subjected rulers to law and that Canada's constitutional system emphasizes limits, balance, and accountability. Modern concerns include the centralization of power seen during the pandemic, the expansion of administrative and executive authority, and questions surrounding the Governor-General appointment process. Before the Magna Carta, kings exercised broad authority, controlling taxation, courts, prisons, military, and land. The people lived under the ruler's authority, without participating in governance. The Magna Carta established that rulers are subject to law. It introduced due process and lawful judgment, creating limits on arbitrary government power. Section 39 of the Magna Carta introduced the concept of lawful judgment by equals. It forms the foundation of jury rights and allows citizens to become participants in justice. Trial juries are responsible for determining guilt or innocence. They protect against wrongful conviction and serve as a safeguard against concentrated authority. Grand juries review charges before prosecution and investigate institutions and complaints. They serve as essential citizen oversight mechanisms. Section 61 created enforcement mechanisms and recognized the supervision of rulers. It underscores that rights require enforcement to remain meaningful. Parliament's development meant that taxation increasingly required approval. Representative institutions expanded, clarifying Magna Carta's constitutional principles. The English Civil War involved conflict over enforcing constitutional restraints. It ultimately reinforced the principle that rulers must operate within legal limits. The Glorious Revolution strengthened constitutional monarchy. It reinforced parliamentary control and established clear legal limits on royal power. Bushell's case protected jury independence, ensuring jurors could not be punished for independent verdicts. This strengthened citizen oversight within the justice system. Responsible government dictates that executives require the confidence of elected representatives. The government must operate within strong accountability structures. Canada inherited a parliamentary government, constitutional monarchy, jury traditions, and rule of law principles. These form the bedrock of its constitutional framework. Canada's balances of power include the Crown, Parliament, the executive, courts, trial juries, grand juries, and the people. These elements ensure mutual restraint and accountability. In Attorney General v. Power 2024, the Supreme Court reaffirmed parliamentary supremacy and the accountability of government under law. Legislative authority must exist within the constitutional structure. The Crown is no longer simply the king as a person. It represents the continuity of government and operates strictly within constitutional restraints. The People's Sandbox signifies that the Crown operates within a constitutional framework where authority is constrained by law and citizens are active constitutional participants. In conclusion, the constitutional journey began with Magna Carta, shifting power from personal to constitutional rule. The system's balance relies heavily on public awareness and participation.